Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. In my never-ending quest to improve my flour tortilla skills, I'm always on the outlook for new little tips and tricks. And I have spent countless hours watching those automatic tortilla machines at, you see them at Tex-Mex restaurants, pumping out what are almost perfect shaped and cooked flour tortillas. And I can never get that at home. And it wasn't until I was watching a video on Chud's Barbecue channel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chud's Barbecue. My name is Bradley Robinson.
And Bradley made a connection that I completely, totally missed. Giant light bulb goes off over my head. Here is the secret that I need to bring into my own kitchen. So I'm doing a modified version of the last flour tortilla recipe that I did on the channel. So in the food processor, I have flour, salt, baking powder, and today I'm just using lard. In the other one I used lard and bacon fat. I don't have enough bacon fat here today. How do you run short of bacon fat? I know. I'm gonna put this in and whiz it. Exactly the same as if I was making pie crust. And once I've got this pulsed together that it looks like wet sand, I'm gonna turn the food processor on and I'm gonna slowly drizzle in this hot water. And this is hot water straight out of the tap, whatever temperature that is. I know at our house it's about 125, 130 degrees Fahrenheit. And I just drizzle this in until a dough ball forms. And once the dough ball formed, I just let this run for a minute or two to knead the dough. And I think we're pretty much there. So I'm gonna take this out. Just put it on the bench. I like to, anytime I use a machine, I still like to touch the dough and sort of give it a good feel, get a good feel of how far it is and whether it's going to be. And to me, that looks like a pretty good dough. So I'm going to put this in a bowl. I'm going to put a cover on it, and I'm going to let it rest here on the counter for 45 minutes to an hour. Now it's time to portion out the dough. And I know that from this amount of dough, I should get about 16 tortillas if they're around 50 grams each. And you don't really need to be that bang on. Just get it close. I know that some people obsess on it, but I don't know that there's really a need. There's going to be a little bit of variation. So pull off a little bit of dough and see where we are. 49, I can live with that. And then I just put it down on the countertop, cup it with my hand, and roll it around to get a nice shape with a smooth exterior. Set it aside and do the next one. Okay, last one. I'm going to put this one on the tray, and then I'm going to cover the tray with plastic wrap, and I'm going to let these rest for another 10-15 minutes. Now the time has come to cook these tortillas. Now the big revelation for me, of course, was that in these commercial presses, the plates are heated. And what Brad over at Chud's Barbecue did, he's a welding fabricator, he made himself a tortilla press that went over top of a gas cooktop, and he could press and cook all day long. You've seen me weld in previous episodes. It's not pretty. So I'm just going to use this cast iron tortilla press that I already own. I can just put it on top of the stovetop, heat it up. What could go wrong?
Come on, Glenn. I'm sure your cast iron press will work just fine, but you really ought to make your own. It could not be easier. Nothing to it. I sure hope yours come out as tasty as these. Ow, that's hot.
Okay, I think we're hot. Let's give this a go. Okay. In it goes. Press it over. Peel it back. Look at that. Just flip it over one more time, and I think that one's done. So close the lid to reheat the top plate before we put in the next one. Okay, let's give this a taste. I think these are the best flour tortillas I've ever made. So I'm going to continue cooking the rest of these. I've got some beans with jalapenos on the pot here. And as soon as these are done, Julie and I are going to have some tacos. That sound never gets old. That sound never gets old. These are amazing. Okay, I've got a cast iron pan up to temperature. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of oil. Coat it around in the bottom of the pan. And to that, I'm going to add paper thin pieces of beef that I sliced on the deli slicer. This is loosely based on a half dozen things that Julie and I ate on our street food tour of Mexico City. There were a lot of street stalls that had giant flat tops, and they cooked this paper thin beef really quickly with very little in the way of spicing. Everything else came from the condiments that you put on top. So I'm going to do the same thing today, but I am going to add a little bit of our taco seasoning. There we go. I'll give that a stir. Steak is just about cooked, so I'm going to take 2 of our flour tortillas, put them on this flat top, and heat them up. And meanwhile, I'm going to crumble some cheese over top too. So we'll just break some of this over top. Of course, I'm going to get it everywhere. And we'll just let that melt into the tortilla. So I get some meat on top.
Woohoo!
Hey, Jules.
Hey, Glen. Hey, friends.
Let's have a squirt.
Good. I'm hoping a squirt.
I love squirt.
You just like to say the word. It's one of those words that's fun to say, right?
It is a fun word to say. And, you know, I really like the beverage too. So
Bulbous bouffant.
this is sort of an amalgamation of some of those street tacos we had in Mexico City. So there's cilantro and onion and some guacamole. Okay, I'm going to start with some guac.
A little cilantro, a little onion.
Well, that's probably too much guac.
Oh, what? You've overstuffed
I
it?
overstuffed already. And some cilantro and onion. Maybe a little bit more of that. And then a squeeze of lime. Would you like a squeeze of lime?
Sure.
Okay.
Did you want some salsa?
No, I'm not going to have any salsa, I don't think.
There you go. Freeform it out just a little bit. So is this the tortilla hack you've been talking about?
I learned it from Bradley at Chud's Barbecue.
Okay.
Thanks, Bradley. Okay. Without making too much of a mess.
Oh, that's not going to happen. Mess is definitely going to happen.
There's nothing like a fresh tortilla. Julie's not saying anything.
This is really good.
It's amazing. Oh, I forgot the beans!
Apparently we have to open it back up again. That's the best part.
I cooked some beans with some jalapeno pepper.
Throw it on in.
Oh,
There we go.
how could I forget? Okay.
I feel like I'm going to need a fork now. It's so stuffed.
Now there's too much
Oh
stuff.
my goodness. What a disaster. And that's all on us. The disaster is us. It's not the food.
Okay, so I think the tortilla press hack is a worthy one to explore some more. I'm still fine-tuning the actual recipe for these tortillas. I might go back and try the milk in it again and see what happens. But for now, this is excellent. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.